NFL season is up on us, and time to talk Dallas Cowboys football, and we'd like to do it talking with Mickey Spagnola. The 2023 season starting, and the Cowboys right off the rip, a divisional rival, going to New York to play the Giants. How do you like that?
Yeah, it's a good one, for the fans. Hey, even for the team. It's against the Giants, a division foe. It's on the road. MetLife Stadium's going to be rocking. And it's Sunday night football. What more can you ask for to kick off a season? And we can throw in probably some sweltering weather on the East Coast that they've been going through. And if, we think it's really hot here, that, well, maybe they get a break. Well, they're not going to get a break going into New Jersey on Sunday night.
Well, Dak has been the giant killer, man. Like his record against them, pretty decent record. But he's taken some criticism about interceptions and people talking about him during the offseason. Is that fair, or do you think people are being too harsh?
Well, I think you need to, and you know what? I heard Troy Aikman talking about this on the radio today. You need to look at each of the interceptions. Just don't look at the total and say, oh, that's too many interceptions. Because as quarterbacks like to tell you, there's a story behind every interception. And if you go back and look at each one of them, as I did individually, half of those aren't his fault. There were some very poor routes run. There were some anticipations on his part that the receivers didn't do what they were supposed to do. There were some drop balls into interceptions. Now, some were his, and, he owns them. He owns the one in the playoff game against San Francisco that stalled that drive. I believe it was at the Cowboys 18 or the 49ers 18-yard line. But look, he's still a very good high-level quarterback that this team can win with. And the other thing, Van, is I think they helped him out this year. They brought in Brandon Cooks, adds a lot of speed to that wide receiver core and some experience. Michael Gallup is the Michael Gallup of old. I think people are going to be surprised by what Jalen Tolbert gives them this year. And they've also integrated Kevontae Turpin, the Pro Bowl returner, into this offense, along with Deuce Vaughn. So he's got a lot of speed to play with, and I think that will certainly help out and cut down the interceptions that took place last year.
And, off-season moves, they bring in Trey Lance. What was your take on that whole thing?
I thought it was a nice move for the future. I don't know, and Jerry Jones, I think, said it well. He said he's not wishing for, hoping for, or planning on having to play Trey Lance this year. He's the third quarterback. He's no threat to the Cowboys. Do you realize he's only played 8 football games since his 2019 redshirt year at North Dakota State? He's only thrown 420 passes since he left high school in a regular game. That means college and his 2 years in San Francisco. So he's a developmental guy to possibly be a backup for the future, or a developmental guy that maybe gets to play some, and someone says, oh, you used a 4th-round pick to trade for him? We'll give you a 2nd because we think he can be our starting quarterback. So to flip him for a better draft choice. So that was on the Cowboys' mind, not to threaten in any way Dak Prescott.
And as far as defensively, that defense, they've been shown to have that bite. What do you expect from them as we get ready to start another season?
If they can stop the run on a more consistent basis, I think this can be an elite defense. They're the first team to lead the league in takeaways in back-to-back seasons since the Steelers in 72 through 74. So we can start there. Teams probably don't want to throw the ball against them, so they'll probably run it a little more. They got to stop the run. If they stop the run and play in the secondary and against the pass like they have in the last couple of years, this will be a very elite defense in Dan Quinn's 3rd season with his system.
And I'm going to put you on the spot like I always do, Mick. Who's going to win this one?
Oh, it's the Giants, Van, right? No, I'm kidding. Thought I'd throw you a curveball.
Yeah, that was a
look,
good one.
I think the Cowboys are good enough to go up there and win this game. They've won 11 of the past 12 against the Giants, but this might be the Giants' best team that they've faced over these last several years. But I think the Cowboys, I like this roster. I like the depth, except for the offensive line, the backups there, and they may have to go there because Tyler Smith still hasn't practiced this week, with his hamstring. And just today, Tyron Smith was limited in practice with an ankle. So we'll see where that one goes, but that's the left side of your offensive line. But if those guys are ready to go, I think this offense is ready to go, and so is the defense to be able to win a game.
All right, sounds good. Always a pleasure, Mickey. Thanks so much, man.
Good to be with you, Van. Thanks.
All right, he's Mickey Spagnola. Dallas Cowboys, New York Giants this Sunday. We'll see you next time.